Well, here we go. We're going to prune the mulberry tree. I'm just pruning it, giving it a haircut. I'm giving the tree a haircut. Oh, it's good to take a picture. You should tell me because I was videoing something here.
Hey, stop.
Well, these are some of the black mulberry cuttings that just prunings actually off my tree. And this is I call it consolidated revenue. This is where I throw my bits of manure and compost and empty the pots out to refill. There's a pile of leaves there, and there's a few empty pots. So we're going to just stir this up a bit. And that's all I use for a potting mix. I think there's some ash on top of that and a bit of poultry manure. So I'm going to dig that in a bit, and we'll fill up some pots. And we'll see what happens. Nice and long. See if it makes any, that just broke off. Makes any difference. That one's had the tip off. Running out of stock here. Well, I'll just use this one. Put them in my greenhouse out of the sun a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Well, there they are under the table. That's day 1, 24 hours. And they're pretty limp.
And no more poop.
So these are the cuttings of and the quail running through there. I put them underneath the bench in my little greenhouse. These are the mulberry cuttings that we took when I pruned the tree. And you can see they've lost they've lost pretty well all the big leaves. But if you look closely, you can see the new growth here coming on. Even a couple of berries starting to form there. Not all of these are going to take, but it's just good to be patient. If you look over here, that is a green bud coming through there, and follow that up. There's another little green leaf ready to form, and over in this spot here, I just noticed a little tip there. So yeah, it's just going to be patient. Who knows where it'll take us? But I just give these away anyway. Friends always want a few free plants so they can take them home and kill them. So there's my mulberry tree. Basically, cut all the vertical ones off. Let's get around over here. So just leave all the lower branches, all the horizontal ones, and they'll get bigger and thicker. Well, here's the mulberry tree that we pruned. It's probably been about 3 weeks. And just have a little look at it. You can see a lot of new growth, and if you look just in the back there, lots of. This is the second crop of fruit that you're going to get if you prune it. It's not as prolific as the first time around, but it's a little bit more. See the little blossoms there. And there'll be another few weeks before we get them ready to eat. And you can see all that new growth everywhere, all that fresh new growth. And that'll be next spring's crop as well. We'll just go down to the bottom here. It was quite a massive pile of cuttings that we took off of here, but it's keeping the grass suppressed, and I mean, if you wanted to make it more sightly, you could chop it up and make smaller pieces out of it, or put it through a mulcher, because it's quite soft wood. I've got some bits of banana there as well. It keeps the grass down and adds fertilizer. This is our mulberry tree. I pruned it a couple months ago, but we just had a feed. If you look at my fingers, they're all purple, and grandkids are all here helping me. So you can see there's a lot of fruit up there, still more to come. And you can just see what's on the ground here as well. There's quite a bit there. And I'm sure the birds have had some. And that's the branches we cut off before. We'll always try and cut off all the vertical growth and just keep but it just, see, these just want to go up. But they'll fruit. And I just prune it once a year. We're getting a good little crop now. It's not as good as the first crop in the spring. And the birds are just doing their stuff, and they've forgotten all about it. And they're not as big as spring berries, but they're not bad. They're sweet, aren't they? Nice little feed. So that's how you get 2 crops in 1 year. Just prune the mulberries, and they'll immediately throw some leaves, and in no time at all you have some fruit. And in the spring we'll get a bumper crop, but unfortunately we've got so many birds here now that they don't share. Oh, this is the mulberry tree we cut down last year. There's some tall stuff up there, but if you look inside here, see the basic structure of the tree. This is where we cut it. We just left those lateral branches. This is all grown back in 1 year. And we're just about ready to start harvesting some fruit. You can see a lot of the branches, when they get loaded up with fruit, they just hang down. And you can see underneath, there's not much left of all the debris we put under there last year. The balls are a bit slow to break down, but everything else. So there's the tree. We'll just back up a bit. And that's it as a whole. All 1 year's growth.